7 shots on target.
He say
7
looking like he's
goals. You're in
trying to wing
goal.
this one into
Let's
the
go!
top.
Play now!
Oh, he's late it. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody watching, to all the Tier 3 family.
No, you lagging, bro. Are you lagging in the festive season?
How you? Am I lagging? I'm not. There's no chance I'm lagging. That don't sound like me.
Nah, that sounds like you, Aki. You lagging. How you lagging in the festive season, bro?
Nah, bro. My internet's TT. They gave me the little booster thing over Christmas.
That's definitely.
Oh wait, 1 minute. Oh, Rod, what's the question? You good there? Is your technology up to date? Everything good?
Yeah, nah, you're lagging still.
How badly am I lagging?
You're alright, man. I think you got to use your phone, Aki.
No. From the YouTube is alright.
Huh?
So from the YouTube is alright. It's looking alright on the YouTube.
One of your bros said, should I jump off the FM? You ain't got the bandwidth. Brother.
Don't worry about my bandwidth, bro. Don't worry about my bandwidth. See,
First things first. In the next 2 days, we are scheduling the Kai Havertz 6-month review or half mid-season review. I promised it.
You're gonna deliver. You're gonna deliver
straight after the Fulham match.
Say less. You lot got Fulham next.
Yeah.
Fulham away, Craven Cottage.
Yeah, Fulham. Yeah, Craven Cottage.
Cheeky trip down west.
Calm.
Night work, innit? Night work.
Let's start, man. Let's get into it. Please. Come on.
So there's only one place to start. The place where they like to sing that what North London Forever. Is that how does it go? That's how it goes, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, West Ham told you to shush with all that nonsense. West Ham came in and gave you that little beating. Gave you that little.
If you're gonna talk spicy, at least let your internet be crisp, man.
They gave you a little something on the tushy. It happens. It does happen.
Yeah, we lost to West Ham. So you haven't asked me one question.
I'm still introducing. I'm still setting the scene.
All right, go on there. You know you gotta speak quick.
It's a journey. It's a judge. I missed Havertz yesterday. So first thing first, I just want to take your mind back to, because I remember when you wanted to do a little revision on like Sancho and said, remember when I said back then about Sancho? I just want to take your mind like a little, just it's not even that far, just a couple of weeks back. And I just asked you, are you worried that your attack isn't producing a lot of goals? Like, is that a worry for you? You lot told me, oh no, I'm hating. You told me, oh no, I'm being dramatic, da 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 da. Is that still the case? Are you worried about your attack? Was I wrong to bring that up? That's just the first.
So you brought that up in game week 4, right? Game week 5. You brought that up 2 games after the man. Wait, you brought that up 2 game weeks after we played.
I brought up a couple of times, but most recently.
You're asking me a question, Lee. You're asking a question. At least let me answer. Just have some respect.
I'm just trying to. You know what? Land. Go ahead.
You said there's 2 games after Man United, yeah, which I think was just around Fulham, the Fulham draw. Cool. And then you're coming back in game week 19 to pull up a point from 3 months ago. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about. To answer your question, I'm not worried. Does that answer your question?
Why? So do you think it's like compared to last season where it felt like your attackers were like, because these are the same players, isn't it? This time I think Martinelli has 1 goal in the Premier League.
Oh my brother, you might have to use your phone, bro. iRobot.
Oh, it's actually coming out like that. Alright, cool. Wait 1 minute. Give me.
Golly, you're scaring the hose, man. Sorry about that, people. I'll hold it down. But to answer Banks' question, because he was about to start waffling before he started sounding like that, he was gonna say, "Are you worried because of the front three? It's the same front three. You're not as fruitful as you were last season." And I have to let's just get one thing straight. Arsenal fans and everybody else judging Arsenal, stop using last season as the benchmark. A lot of things have changed since last season, even though the personnel hasn't changed. The comparison everybody makes when Arsenal was free flowing, letting go, scoring goals within the first 5 minutes of games. The first 12 games of last season before the World Cup, where Arsenal had like their best form, I think they lost one match. They lost one match and they picked up like 30 points or 32 points from 36. Teams were playing Arsenal the way they've been playing Arsenal for the last 15 years. Playing Arsenal in the sense of, yeah, we're gonna get something. We're gonna get something. Arsenal are frail, no backbone, no spine, and they were playing out. Second half of the season after the World Cup, we had to learn how to break teams down. And then towards the latter stages, we bottled it. Yes, yes, yes. So I don't think we're ever gonna produce what we produced in the first half of last season. That's the point I'm trying to make. So when people are saying, "Do you think? Are you worried about the output?" The output's not gonna reach those heights because people play us differently. They play us now with a bit more respect, and we've been sussed out to a certain degree. So you need a plan B, and I think Partey makes a big difference. As much as everybody always like everybody's used every excuse or every other example, like, oh, when Odegaard went out, oh, Odegaard makes a difference. Oh, this person's not around. This person is Partey is key and is instrumental. I know every team has an instrumental player, but Partey is instrumental to the way Arsenal build up. The things we're getting accused for, in that the progression of play is very slow. That's literally one of Partey's on the ball responsibilities. Gets the ball from the goalkeeper, the centre backs, and he progresses play rapidly. No one's punching the ball into Odegaard's feet, and as much as Rice is
Hey,
phenomenal at at many things,
wait,
that's
so
not one
your
of his
hundred,
strengths.
your
Oh my!
hundred million
Oh.
pound, your £100 million midfielder.
Right. See, this is look at God. Look how God is intervening. When you want to talk rubbish, your internet just starts going. You know what I mean? Let's go. So yeah. Anyway, so that's it to answer Banks's question. Banks, what's your next question, man?
Just a couple of points on that. So you talked about, is it that bad? Nah, let me. Just a couple of points on that. So no, it's coming out calm on the YouTube, bro. I promise you. I promise you. It's
All
your
right.
computer.
All right. Cool. No worries.
Um, just a couple of points on that. So you talked about the fact that apparently teams are playing you differently, and it's never going to be like last season. Blah 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 blah. Waffle waffle waffle. Do you think that's a good excuse for like your left winger to have one goal in the Premier League so far? Same amount of goals that's now with Rasmus Højlund, you think is like the worst use of money ever. Um, Saka's got what, 3 non-penalty goals. Gabriel Jesus missing like big chance after big chance. Like, you think is like, you saw the chance at 2-0 that Gabriel Jesus missed yesterday. Like, you think
Okay.
that's
So
a function of
so
teams playing?
what's the question? What's the question? Because
I'm
you see
saying
all the
that
stats and
I'm
that.
saying that doesn't. I'm saying that like that waffle that you was talking before, like, because I wasn't on camera, you got away with that waffle. But I'm not gonna let you get away with that. So, like, you're saying teams are playing us differently. It's not gonna be like last season. Da 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 da. I'm not letting that land because it's not. I'm not. It's not a point to land. You're not
Oh
landing
my
that
God,
point.
this is so bad. Hold on, hold on.
It's not a point to land. So where like that doesn't worry you that your attackers aren't being fruitful with their chances or really putting away some chances.
Does it worry me that our attackers aren't putting away any chances? Yeah, because I've always said we need a new striker. So that's not it's not worrying me. We just need a new striker. That's not changed.
And yeah, no, just on that second point, you talked about the where Partey was being missed. What, £100 million midfielder ain't punching the ball in between the lines. You ain't getting it forward enough. You ain't seeing. Is that what you're telling me?
You can't do everything. That's what I'm telling you.
No, I would have thought for £100 million you could do some of the things though. Like,
I
that's
think you should. Do you know what you should do then? You know what you should also in between all the other £100 million signings in his
yeah.
position, and then
I just
let's take a loader from there
I
because
just,
that's a very
I just,
stupid. It's a very
I
stupid.
don't know. I don't know. I heard Arsenal fans saying we should pay West Ham another £100 million. That's how good Declan Rice is. But now you're telling
Yeah.
me he needs hands held when it comes to passing the ball forward. I don't know. It's just like, what standard are we holding our players to here? What standard are
A
we
very
holding
high
up?
standard. A very high
Are you
standard. So
sure?
what? So
Because
basically, you're basically saying
you're
you're
telling me
basically saying that you're
needs to
basically saying
hold
that
his hand so that he
he
can
should
pass
be
the
able
ball
to do
forward.
everything. No one can do
That's,
everything. Everyone can still
well,
improve, bro.
I don't know, bro. I'm just like, it's for the £100 million signings. I would have thought you'd sign them and they could do most things. I don't know. That's what I thought, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong in thinking that, like, if you're paying your £100 million midfielder at the 6, I should be able to get a couple passes forward. That's just my thoughts, though. That's just my thoughts. West Ham defo took it personally once the fans said they want to give them more money. Yeah, now that's the thing with Arsenal fans, though. Excited bunch. Just like talking to them, like you see so much hope and you see so much like just like happy to be here, just feeling, and it's just like you want them to just really
Right,
just
cool. I
embrace.
had to change headphones as well, so I can. But I still think it's you. But anyway, cool. So you're saying £100 million Declan Rice. It's weird that he still can't. Well, he can't punch the ball forward, and he got
No,
100 million.
that's what you said. That's what you said. I'm just saying it's like.
No, I'm asking what your question is because I
No,
don't
no,
get your line of question. You're just saying stuff, bro.
I'm just saying. I thought we would have expected more. You like, could we let's just talk about the game a little bit. Let's talk about the game. Where did it go wrong for Arsenal? Because obviously you had the big VAR moment in the first goal. Did you think the ball was out?
Yeah, the ball was out.
Them's the breaks, though. I guess like can't get all the VAR decisions. You lot didn't get the Odegaard decision against you at Anfield, but you get this one, innit? Them's the breaks. Can't really do nothing about them things, can you? Can't really do nothing about them things. But without the VAR intervention, do you think he was good enough to win that match yesterday? Do you think he was good enough to win that match? Yeah, no, didn't think so either. Liverpool and West Ham are again ruining Arsenal season. Yeah, apparently, like, if Saliba was here last season, like, they would have won the Premier League and like the Champions League and the World Cup and everything. But like from them same games, they've like taken one less point. It's so crazy. It's just like,
I wish I could hear you properly, bro, because I can't even rebuttal properly. It's so annoying. I'm hearing your every other word. That's why I'm just sat here, so pissed off.
No, just sorry, bro. Just talking about Saliba's importance and like how big Saliba is and like what massive impact is and like you lot gaining more points and like how if he was there last season, you would have definitely won the Premier League. Like even though like these last couple of games, the same games that you played last season that you dropped points in, like you still dropped points again, which is weird because I would have thought Saliba would like save those points, but apparently not. I don't know. Bro, sorry, my fault. I'm just here to ask some questions, really. I'm just here to ask some questions. Let him know, man. Is that Kent Wi-Fi? Is that Buju Kent Wi-Fi? It's not even Wi-Fi. Ki-Fi is and he's trying to blame it on me. I can't lie, man. It just felt good. It felt good watching West Ham yesterday because it was a team that came with a plan. Not many teams come with a plan to the Emirates to actually take the 3 points. A lot of them get a bit shook, if a bit this, a bit that. But West Ham came with a plan. Disciplined. That's a David Moyes away day performance. You don't get many of them because David Moyes, when he goes to the big boys, he usually loses. But if he sets his team up right, dogs. Bunch of dogs in that West Ham team. Paqueta. They said Jogo Benito's dead. Not while you're around, my boy. Sometimes the liquidity that I see that boy play with. Hella hips, hella swivel. Like, you just need that. You need that in Brazilian football. Kudus, again, gave Zinchenko a long day. And again, it's just like this is why Arsenal fans are so cute, because they do the tactical. Oh, when Zinchenko comes inside and he's the extra man in midfield and and then all you see in the last couple of games, just put someone that's willing to run up against him and send him the other way and expose him. Talking about extra midfielder, linking with Partey, linking with Ryan. Oh no, Zinchenko can actually play midfield, you know, bro. Medias left. Nobody was talking about Zinchenko when he was at Man City. Medias left back, medias centre midfielder. Nobody was speaking to them. Then you get, because he's come to West Ham, because he's come to Arsenal now. Because he's Arsenal, he can do this and he can do that. Put Kudus up against him. Just take him backwards. Let them know what life is about. Jared Bowen, take it back. Let them know what life is about. That's what make these left backs know what life is about again, man. Talking about inverted fullback. He's the extra midfielder and he can pop up in this position and that position and create the overloads. Make that boy defend. Make left backs defend again. Make fullbacks defend again. Make fullbacks defend again 2024. If I see any of your fullbacks inverting into the midfield without doing 6 tackles minimum, you're getting fined. You don't get to invert if you ain't done your tackles quota. No more. None of it. None of it. You don't get to invert if you don't do your tackles quota. That's the... If I was to become a dictator, that's my flipping first rule of action. That's my first rule. Forget all of these. Get me a flipping Wan-Bissaka. Get me a flipping Kyle Walker-Peters. No more of these snazzy ass right backs. Get me put your foot on something. Get me a right back that's gonna put a foot on something. Get me a left back that's gonna put a foot on something. Banks, you like Paqueta's hips? I don't like Paqueta's hips. I love his hips. Ogbonna, wow, massive. Dog. I don't think he's played in weeks. But you come in and you drop a performance like that. That's what man. That's a centre back you're willing to go to war with. That KDB assist to Haaland's gonna hit like crap come February. Yeah, nah, man. Man City have played so shit the last couple of weeks, and I think if they win their game in hand, they're gonna be level on points with Arsenal or like a point behind City, a point behind Liverpool, bruh. All the teams at the top have missed their chance to open up the gap. Like you needed to open up the gap now before what do you call it? Before City hit their inevitable run off.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, bro, you good? Are you sorted?
Oh.
Are you?
Okay.
The comments are telling me it's you. The comments are telling me it's you, bro.
Just quickly, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. Loud and clear. You're on the data.
Okay, so I've let you. So you've had your little soliloquy, and we love it. Yeah, the good thing is, it's funny how what Arsenal do puts a smile on your face more than what your club does, and it's actually disgusting. You know what's? It's actually mad, and this is the problem I have with United fans personally, and Chelsea fans as well. Is I just want you to want more for yourself. I want you see the expectation you put on us. I want you to put that on yourself because you are a disgrace. So but to answer some of your questions now, because you went off. Let me answer some of your questions. I think you spoke once about Zinchenko inverted and so. Everything you're saying is quite boring and it's not even funny because we've said this already. We actually said this already. I don't think Arsenal fans haven't said they love Zinchenko.
No, you don't
Arsenal
love
fans
them.
haven't.
This is what I mean. Arsenal
fans haven't said Jesus. Arsenal fans have also said Jesus. They need a new striker. So
no, you don't only.
The interesting point is. Last
season when Jesus was out, you know, were saying, he's the missing piece. I can't, like, how are we supposed to function if he's injured? Like, I can't wait for him to come back. You lot weren't saying we need a new striker. So this is all new.
So when was the first time you heard us say we need a new striker?
This season.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the issue?
I'm saying you lot don't get to the last season. You're all saying, Zinchenko inverting this, that is amazing. Nobody's doing it like this, da. And now this season,
okay. Are we allowed to dwell on last season? Or are we allowed to move on? Let me know because if we're allowed to dwell on last season,
don't rewrite history. Don't rewrite history and say you lot don't get to rewrite history and say, we need to. You were loving him last season. So you don't get to rewrite.
We didn't win last season. You remind us we didn't win last season. What are you talking about? Are you going to look into last season or are you allowed to move forward? You can't pick and choose. You can't pick and choose when you want to pick a point of analysis. Do you want to talk about last season or do you want to talk about the present?
No, we're talking about the present. But you don't get to move as you don't get to rewrite history and be like,
we've said about 3 months ago we need a new striker. All through September, Arsenal's been linked to getting a striker. So what are you talking about since September, bro?
Go off. Keep going off. Respond.
Anyway, the point is, I wanted to speak on the game. And I just thought, at the end of the day, like, losing at home to West Ham is not the end of the world. Like, if it was the end of the world, you lot would have all died by now. You lose every other week. Like, you lose every other week. Like, but you're still here, you're still breathing. We've lost like 3 games, bro. And it's almost beautiful that you lot, this is giving you lot ginger, because we lose so, like, we don't really lose. So everyone has to enjoy this, because it's like we go like 6 weeks without losing. Anyway,
just this is like a strain of weed that we like to call copium. It's like when you're just like burning inside and you're pissed off and you just have to.
Doesn't copium apply to you?
You just shit anyway. So you just take this. Yeah, no, we're losing to West Ham at home. Don't mean that. Good. This is what we call copium, people. Copium. He's coping. He's coping with it. Go through. Sorry, just explaining to the people what happened. Like audio description in it. Just like
listen, I don't get your little football Twitter slang, but all I'm saying is this: yeah, City've lost, Liverpool's lost, everyone loses. I don't get why it's a big deal. The only if you want to come and talk about football, let's talk about football. Don't come with your little agenda. Leave that for the TL.
I leave agendas on the table. I don't bring agendas to TF3.
The little millennial kids, because there's no basis to anything. There's no basis to what you're saying. The point is, West Ham played a fantastic. They played that was a Champions League performance. Those type of defensive performances, you see them in Champions League knockout stages, and we got done defensively. That's it. It was a good performance. I feel like, to a man, as a team, as a unit, West Ham just didn't tire out. You teams that when they tend to do that, the problem with parking the bus is it gets a bit tiresome and you have lapses in concentration, and they didn't really have one. And then also, when you're parking the bus, you also need to beat that. You're going to get few chances, and you need to take those chances. Hold on, sorry, Shem. Read that out for me, please.
Shem, I think what makes it a big deal because of how you speak before the game compared to after. This is why I love the comments, because sometimes you lot just you word.
Hold on, let me get for this. Let me cook this little twerk. Before the game, I said to this guy personally, put double chance on West Ham to win or draw. That Arsenal's not winning tonight. This was 2 games. This was after like the night. I think we played on a Thursday. This was on the Wednesday. I said Arsenal's not winning tonight. I don't know about Spurs. Arsenal's not winning tonight. Definitely not. We're losing or we're gonna draw. So how was I speaking before? Anyway. But anyway, yeah, go on.
It's an Arsenal thing, man. So you're not worried. You're not worried going forward. Let's look at your next couple of fixtures. Let's look at your next couple.
Should I read it out for you?
Yeah, go through if you got them.
We got Fulham. Then Liverpool.
Fulham away.
Liverpool, international winter break. Then we got Forest somewhere in there. Who else we got? Forest, someone else, and then Liverpool again. Those are like our next 5 games. I can't remember who the team is after Forest.
So you got a nice little run there. Fulham away, Crystal
Liverpool.
Palace at home, Forest
Palace, that was it. Palace, Forest, Liverpool
away, Liverpool at home, West Ham away. It's nice.
We've got West Ham away again.
Yeah, we was at home this time, bro. They did you at your backyard.
No, I mean again, as in like from the Carabao.
Yeah. No, this is in the league this time. West Ham away.
What day is that? Feb what?
Feb 11th.
Kudus is back. Damn it. Anyway, now Arsenal need to. I think Arsenal need to go on a run. But one thing that everyone needs to understand is no one's gonna do that run just at the back end. Everyone keeps saying City's gonna do this long. No one's got. I don't think anyone's got that in their locker this season. The points tally at the top of the table is very, very low. Just quite low. It's what are we? 19 games. Just 57 points. And the highest is Liverpool with 42. So they've dropped 15 points. That's not good enough in terms if you want to do a big tally. Like I think no one can get 100 point mark or anywhere close to that right now.
No one's getting 100 points. Too many.
Yeah, no one's getting 95. I think 88 wins it this season. You need something because everyone's going to take points off each other.
How do Arsenal get to 88 points? What do they need to do in the transfer market?
I think they need a striker. And now
this winter,
they need a striker this winter. I think one of the most pressing positions is between 3 positions: striker, winger, and left central midfielder. Yeah. So the question is it striker and a midfielder or striker and a winger? And that I don't know. That one I'm not too sure, but the FFP thing looks like it might be a big shag.
I think winger, just because of like what it looks like when Martinelli and Saka aren't really on form, like you lot don't
What
have
type
that.
of winger?
Just gotta be someone fast. Like it's gotta be someone fast.
When am I saying we're not a fast team no more?
Yeah, it's like Martinelli doesn't really get in behind no more. Doesn't really like you don't really see him running in behind too much. Saka's never been like a blistering. He's always been like agile. And then Gabriel Jesus is not. So it's like you need that injection of pace from somewhere just to, because when you go to the bench more time, it's either going to be Trossard or Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, the attacking option.
The drop off is significant.
It's just like
I think you need a striker better than. I think you need a striker better than Jesus. Make Jesus the B striker or make Jesus a winger. So I think if you get a striker, you sort out the winger issue because Jesus can play on the wing. Worst case scenario. I think you need a less central midfielder because too often that position is like Havertz is not good there unless he scores. And when he doesn't play, and you play Trossard, for example, who hasn't had a run of games there, it's a bit empty. So it's just then it's a two-man midfield. But I think 4-2-3-1 is what it should change to. I said that start of the season. Change the 4-3-3. We ain't got the position. We ain't got the personnel to play a 4-3-3. 4-2-3-1. Let's do that. Put them in the double pivot. Put Rice in the double pivot with Jorginho or Partey when he comes back, and let's play.
All right, man. Let's move on from Arsenal because we've done a lot of Arsenal talk today. Let's move on to Boxing Day. Boxing Day box office, man. Firstly, let me just talk about that whole that was a great day of football. Boxing Day was actually a great. It started with Nottingham Forest away at Newcastle. Elite away performance from Nottingham Forest at Newcastle. Luton versus Sheffield United. I was thinking, how the flip is this? Like one of the main, like have his own. How the hell have his own slot? Great game, 3-2, couple comebacks. Couldn't ask for
Amazon
more.
always have. They're always fortunate to get good.
It's great with Amazon. It always turns up. It always turns up. But we had to leave Showtime for the last game of the day. Manchester United versus Aston Villa. The way it's been going for Manchester United, it felt very, very normal that we were the better team and we still found ourselves 2-0 down at halftime. But the Manchester United way meant we had to find a comeback winner. We had to find a winner. And
that's not the Manchester United way, bro.
It's Manchester. What comeback? Say the
Manchester United way. The Manchester United way is you lose games. Gary Neville goes on his podcast and then blames the Glazers and then you all retweet it. That's the Man United way. I feel like you lot.
I love Arsenal fans. I love Arsenal fans.
No, but that's the truth, though. The Man United way in the last 10 years, that's what's been happening. Obviously, it wasn't.
Start giving it the big one.
Let's be honest. Because I haven't even asked you a question yet, but that is the Man United way of the last decade. The question is now, you see when teams win and then the pundits come out and say, oh, they can use this to kick on. What does this mean? What does this win mean?
Nothing
to you. It means, so what does it mean? Like tomorrow you could lose to Forest?
We could 100% lose to Forest. That's the problem. Like, that's the problem with his team. Like, I think even Bruno said it in his post-match presser, like, we've had too many of these wins where it's like, oh yeah, we can use this to kick on, and the team doesn't.
They're not kicking on. That's the thing, because the fundamental problem still lies, as in your coach is not that good of a coach, and you don't have a style of play. So it's like you literally the similarities between you and Chelsea is literally we're going to take it game by game, and do you know how tiresome that is?
It's a very tiresome process right now. I won't lie to you, but
that's why like you bask in other people failing.
There's been shoots of positivity over the last two. Even the West Ham game that we ended up losing, there was shoots of positivity. And obviously,
what is that?
Huh? Just a general like build-up play up until it gets to the final third, where it breaks down. Like I said, because we had until we changed up the attack, which was a smart move for.
So how did it change?
Obviously, put Rashford back in, put Garnacho on the right.
How early did I say put Garnacho play on the right?
I didn't think he had the capabilities for it. I can't lie, because he's
a professional footballer. If you can play on the left, you should be okay enough to play on the right, and you have no right winger.
He was good on the right, but my thing with Garnacho is that he was already very weak. Like on the left, he's weak, as in like physically weak on the left.
No, he's weak starting. When he starts, he's so weak.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but on the right, I think it's suited him a bit more coming in and being able to like use his pace a little bit more to get in behind. Because Aston Villa's high line. Do you think
this is just? Did we just take this as an anomaly specific to this game? Because Aston Villa's back line is awful. It's awful. So do you think we could take this?
I don't know how Emery does it. Like he did it bare to you, like in the Aston Villa versus where he caught you lot offside a lot, and he did it to us in the first.
Yeah, half. You do it. Here's the thing: when you play the high line, and this is what Chelsea suffered against Tottenham. When you play the high line, you kind of like it looks too good to be true, and then you start overhitting passes. You have to remain very composed.
You actually have to, because it's just like, oh, it's there. Like Rashford in the first half, he was in behind so many times where we didn't play him, and he looked mad frustrated. And I think he played, but we kept on getting caught offside.
You either overhit it, you get caught offside, or and then Martinez comes out.
It looks too appetizing. Like there's no
so
way.
appetizing, but
it looks so appetizing. Like,
when they get popped, it looks bad. It looks like bad management.
100. Because once we figured it out a little bit more in the second half, was more patient. We managed to create even more opportunities. So yeah, when it does get exploited, it gets exploited bad. I think probably best performers on the day, probably Kobbie Mainoo again. Garnacho, obviously. Rashford was good. Got to talk about the miracle goal as well, man.
That's it.
I said we got to talk about the miracle goal as well.
Big up Sean, man. Big up Sean. I see Sean's doing the press run now. He's doing the press tour, and I'm happy for him because he actually dug deep. Because if he didn't make that song, he don't score.
And one thing I want is football Twitter to not even try and take the credit, because you lot were trying to mock him. You was trying to mock him at first. You wasn't doing it as a. You wasn't trying to build up.
Football Twitter. I didn't realize how massive it is. Like football Twitter makes headline. Like he's on This Morning and doing Daily Mail, like because of Twitter, because of football fans on Twitter. But hey, big up him.
Yeah, and he led into it as well. Like I remember seeing a video of him like. They were saying, Højlund, can you score, please? On his TikTok live or whatever. And it was like, somebody know who's Højlund, and I think it's the Manchester United player. And then after seeing how much he lent into it,
he lent into it because before he was just getting linked to it, like, and he didn't know who he was. And then he's like, you know what? Let me double down. He even admitted it. But what does this mean for him? Do you think it's gonna still start flying in now?
I hope so, man. I hope so. Like, I don't think he was great. Say swear. He's a Liverpool fan. He's not.
Yeah, he's a Liverpool fan. Yeah, he's a Liverpool fan. Can I ask a question?
Go through.
And everyone feel free. I can't see the comments. I can't see anything. I'm using my phone. But can you name a striker that has been bought for roughly the same amount? So let's say 50 mil either way. So he was 70, right? So let's say 55 mil to 90 mil either way. A striker that has performed like him and been coddled this much. I'll give you a minute. You don't have to answer that now, but by the end of the stream, think of two strikers who've been coddled as much as Højlund.
You think he's been coddled?
Significantly.
Why do you think he's been coddled?
Because, firstly, he scored. Ali McCoist is in the thingy, or whoever it was. Oh my gosh, you feel so happy for him. The relief, like unanimously, the whole. Wait. You asked me a question. Let me answer.
Go through.
Let me answer. For the matches he hasn't scored, he hasn't really been criticized. Let's be honest, like by the mass media, he hasn't really been criticized. He gets ridiculed by like in black spaces or Twitter spaces, like football Twitter, which isn't like a real media machine when it comes to real analysis. He hasn't been criticized, and no other striker, no other forward signing has been coddled this much. If Pepe went that long without scoring, if Nunes went that long without scoring, if Jackson went that long without scoring, when they got their first goal, it wouldn't be received like that. It would be received like, it's about time. I just don't think he's good enough to be this level. Fair play to him. But he's getting coddled significantly. And I don't want to say it, but I think it's quite.
You're not gonna.
Interesting.
You know what? Tell me when you've landed. Tell me.
I've landed.
You landed, yeah. Firstly, the idea that he's being coddled is interesting, considering like his record is now like technically what 6 goals in 20-ish games. His record is technically 6 goals in like 20-ish games.
Oh my days, Banks! No, you're better than that because like,
no, but I'm not, like that's
if it was like League Cup, if it was a League Cup goals, FA Cup goals, or we don't do that. We don't do them things. We don't do them things.
We don't count. We count Premier League, but we don't count Champions League.
No, but you're out of that. 1, 2. We don't count that when we say like this person.
The point is he's shown goal scoring instincts because he's scored for us. But like it feels weird because obviously the like all the pressure and he's not played well in the Premier League and he's not scored goals in the Premier. But he has scored for. So the idea that like he's being coddled because and I feel like he has been like I agree he hasn't been definitely hasn't been widely criticized, and for a £72 million striker, like he hasn't hit the heights right off the bat. But again, you're talking about a 20-year-old striker
age. No, it's not.
Like be for real. Like, do you? Of course you want the project to go boom straight away. Of course you do. But
literally, that's the perfect point.
Sometimes it takes time.
That's the perfect point. Then Arsenal play. Then Martinelli's doing well. Then Martinelli's doing very well. Jesus is doing very well. Saka's doing very well. Then
you made constant. Arsenal wingers doing well because they've scored and assisted in the UCL. Bro, if you believe that, but you don't disagree with that when I say that they haven't been sharp.
Yeah, but then so why are you bringing that point to that's what it's shameless. We're
talking about his goals. We're talking about his goals, and we're talking about.
You spoke about Martinelli's goals. Did you include Champions League?
I didn't. But I was talking about his general play as well, and I feel like you agreed when
his general play is not good.
And we agreed on that as well. So it kind of reflects on that. But if we're talking about
Højlund's general play is not good.
It's not been. But that's what I'm saying.
I just don't understand how we could see a Nicolas Pepe, we could see a Darwin Núñez. These are things we've experienced in the last couple of years, and we know the criticism they received when they were not even half as bad as this. But cool.
All right, cool. But is your problem is that they're not being criticized, or do you think they're just not good and they're not going to come good? Because I think those are two different things.
Okay, good question. My problem is hold the criticism constant. My problem is what you expect for other fans. The bar you put for other clubs, put it for yourself. That's my problem, because you can't hold.
You're right in the sense that like Højlund should be held to a higher standard, like naturally. But my only point is, like, yes, right now he's been crap. Like, there's no getting away from that. Like, in general play, he's been crap. He scored goals, yes, but in general, it hasn't taken off as quickly. But I don't know whether like you want me to give up on the player.
No, I don't want you to give up on him, but you lot gave up quickly on Anthony, though.
Huh?
You gave up quickly on Anthony. Why is that? You gave up a lot quicker on Anthony.
I didn't like the Anthony signing from the beginning. The Højlund signing I actually liked.
Okay.
Obviously, it's a lot more money than you'd want to pay for a 20-year-old, but like I like that.
And then my last question.
I'm signing.
My last question, because we need to talk about other teams as well. Please, and all of you guys in the comments, I know how many people still in the stream. If anyone knows where Mason Mount is, please put out an APB on him. We don't know where this guy's gone. Like, I've never seen a more silent £60 million transfer. I've never seen a more silent transfer in my life.
It's crazy still.
I don't understand. And you know what the scarier part is? This is on you lot. This is specifically on Man United fans. There is no demand or call for this guy to be in the team. It's like he is literally the new Van der Beek.
It's a weird one because
it's not weird. It was an awful sign.
Man United fans will tell you that like we didn't see where he'd fit in this team before he signed.
But you're celebrating it.
Oh, see, that's what I mean. Like, I think you just live in an alternate reality. So, because when did I celebrate?
No, I said you all, not you. You all celebrate. Like, United fans were celebrating the transfer.
No, it was always a weird.
Because you robbed Liverpool. You robbed Liverpool. Like he chose Man United over Liverpool.
Stop. Because now you're just nah. I'm not gonna let you get.
That didn't happen.
Because a lot I'm not letting you get away with that. I'm not letting you get away with that. A lot of United fans thought it was a weird because he essentially plays in the same position as Bruno. You're not getting Bruno out of the team, so you're going to be one of the deepest midfielders or one of the deeper midfielders, and that's never really been your best role. So it's like it was always a weird signing, and you're right in the sense that it's been a flop of a signing so far. He's been injured for most of the time, and
what injury? Where is it? What position in his what body part?
It's like a hamstring or a calf or something.
You don't even know. You don't even know.
I don't.
You don't know.
He's had a few.
You don't know. You tried to lie and say your hamstring. You shy.
I bet it's either hamstring or calf.
Don't worry, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. You don't know. That's the sad part. Anyway, let's move on to Chelsea. Let's move on to Chelsea, bro. Unknown injury. He doesn't. Even transfer Mark said unknown injury. It's not known.
Injury, it's a calf.
It says unknown injury, bro. 35 days.
He's back training. Training.
37 days prior. Unknown injury.
Calf injury, man.
Let's talk about Chelsea. Calf injury. Yeah, Obi didn't even try. All right. Anyway, I want to just say one point on Chelsea. Just like you guys, I feel like you can analyze. If I remove the players, you'd think I'm talking about Chelsea. You wouldn't know if I'm talking about you or them. But again, it's game by game. But let's just hone in on Pochettino. This is your guy as well. So you have to come to bat for him. I don't think he is ever really been good enough, personally. And I feel like the Spurs setup suited him so much because one, you could hide behind not having a checkbook. Two, I always told you the theory that managers have tiers and they all have calibers, and some people the best managers can jump between tiers and the best ones can perform at the highest tier and win stuff. But I think he's in that tier 3, tier 2, kind of but he's at the bottom of that tier where Emery's at the top of. Those clubs that they perform well when the light's not on them, but then you put the light on them and want some demand and they can never rise it. I feel like that's the bracket Pochettino's in. And for me, I don't really rate them, man, because I think Emery's clearly better than him. I think Arteta's better than him personally. And I think Brendan Rodgers is better than him.
Brendan Rodgers?
Personally, yeah. I don't know how many people bring up comments because I don't know. Bro, that's my personal. Maybe it's the Spurs in there that's making me. But I don't think he's levels because and the stigma, his PR machine's been impeccable over the years because there's a stigma of like he coaches young players and and yeah, the Spurs team at the time were young, but I didn't see it as he's just so good with young players, bro. Like they're doing well. How sustainable was that system? How sustainable was that Spurs period? They janked it into the Champions League final, but in the league they had a good 2 good years, finishing 2nd and 3rd with no real title challenges in both years. But it's Tottenham, so hey. PSG, it showed you when you move into another tier, you can't operate at that level. Now he's at Chelsea and he's been given a war chest like no other manager we've seen in history. I don't see any imprint. I don't see any improvement by any player he's signed. And players, nobody looks their value. That's scary. Nobody looks their value because there's £100 million players there. There's £20 million players there. No one looks their value. The only person who's a starting name every week is a 40-year-old.
I think you're right in the sense that he's come to Chelsea and he hasn't looked impressive. Like I was obviously very high on what do you call it, on Pochettino back in his Tottenham days, and now it's just like he's stubborn and he's stubborn in like some weird tactical things. It's just like that's not helping your team, and we can see. I don't know what you're trying to coach. That like the centre backs playing fullback, but when he's forced to actually play fullbacks, like when I see Malo Gusto play right back and left back, it's like a much better. Like it's naturally because he's a fullback, he looks better than Diassi's gonna look, but he's still consistent with like playing Colwill and Diassi as fullbacks, and it's like how does that help the team? So he's obviously had a shit start. So there's not much that you can do to protect him. The only thing that you can really fall back on is that it's a young, inconsistent team. But even still, like the fact that he's mainly relying on the counter pressing thing, to really create his chances and like instead of trying to set up, like he's not set up a real good tactical setup that creates loads and loads and loads of chances. Like, and it's obviously one way to play, like trying to do the high energy, put Conor Gallagher as high as possible to try and win the ball back quickly. But it's not going to get you consistent football. It's that Ten Hag consistently looking to McTominay just to scrap a goal from somewhere. Like it may work once or twice, but it's not gonna win you games consistently. So how he's doing that Chelsea team right now it's all eyes on him, because as you said, he flopped at PSG. He couldn't. Then again, PSG is like.
Do you think he sees out the rest of the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think they can. It makes sense to really set.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. All right. Let's quickly move on to Liverpool. League leaders. What do you think then? Who are your favorite? Are they your favorites now? Obviously, it seems like it changes every other week now, in terms of people's favorites and whoever's top of the league is everyone's favorites. But what they convinced you enough to like be top at the end of the summer, by the end of come May? Sorry.
No, I'm not convinced. It's for me. It's still City, and I think like they've usually done pretty well in the Januaries where Mo Salah's gone to, like every time I see Mo Salah goes AFCON, I'm like, oh, Liverpool's falling off this month. But they've usually done pretty well, so I expect them to probably stick around and be decent this year, this January as well. But yeah, them losing Endo, who's become like a big part of this team, is gonna be a massive because he's going to. You good? Need some? You good?
Endo's going to the Asia Cup. Carry on.
Endo going Asia Cup, Salah going AFCON. Those are going to be big misses for them. But I still don't see enough in them to say that they're going to be champions. I don't see it with them. But they've exceeded my expectations for them already.
Top by circumstance or top like deserved?
Can't not be top and not deserve it. So I'm not going to take that away from them. But I just don't see it in their play, them being able to stay on top. Like when I watch them, I'm not massively impressed. But right now,
so who are you impressed by?
No one, none of you, none of you.
Okay.
Wolves impressed me. Wolves impressed me.
We're running a little bit over time, but do we have KDB and Haaland are rumored to be coming back? Should everybody be scared? Ooh.
You know what happens when them two come back, man. Just if they're within like two or 3 points by like the end of February and they're both back, then long day, man. That's what I can say.
I wanted to get my stock watch off because obviously
good week for you.
I had to get my stock watch off, but I can't even see anything unless you want to quickly read it.
I got you. We'll do yours first. So Garnacho, cool 14 points. Well done.
Okay.
So just a nice eats there. Nice eats.
Okay.
Liverpool boys. Obviously McAllister injured. Szoboszlai 1 point, so 15 points. Jackson gave you a cool 2 points, so 17 points.
17. Diaby.
I think he came on as a sub.
Yeah, it was awful.
Point. 18 points.
18 points. And yourself?
All right. Let's go to Brighton first.
Maddison 0.
Ferguson gave me a cool 4 points. Take
4
that.
points. James Garner.
James Garner gave me a cool 2 points. So that's 6 points.
6 points. Eze,
he gave away a penalty. 2 points.
You sure? It's not minus?
Nah, it's 2 points. 2 points. Got a cool 2 points.
8 points. Eze, James Garner.
Ferguson.
Gibbs White.
Oh, I don't even think he got an assist.
No, he didn't get. He got the pre-assist twice.
He was man of the match in my eyes. If you watch that game, yeah.
What did he get?
You got 2 points.
So again, dunked on you. I got 18. You got 12. You got 10. Sorry, each. Gapping you, boy.
From this has obviously been the tester run. The next time we do stock watch, we're going to use SofaScore because this is very heavily leaned.
SofaScore gave Gabriel Jesus a 7.5, I think, last night.
From yesterday. from yesterday's match?
I think so, yeah.
No chance. He got 7.5. No chance. No chance.
Anyway, yeah, I was just going to say, last point. What would you do if Arsenal, second to last game, Arsenal go Old Trafford? What would you do if we win it there?
Well, we wouldn't be giving you no flipping.
Unless we win it the game before. I'd rather win it the game before. Guard of Honor, I'll win it there.
Get neither. You'll get what you're given, mate. You'll get that second.
We'll see. Anyway.
Thanks. Up some scrubs. What's the forfeit for the loser? You look, just wait. My guys are coming back from injury.
Yeah, you got some scrubs on your neck.
So just relax. Just relax. There will be a forfeit, but I'm not doing it. Guys, thank you for joining us. Tier 3 festive fixture. I've been your host, Banks, joined by my ever faithful co-host, Lavish, or Oluwashemi Lore, or Kante's cousin. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful New Year's. I hope you are being lazy. Hope you are just at this period between Christmas and New Year's is just a Sunday every day. Enjoy your Sundays. And we'll see you in the next couple of days for that Havertz conversation.
David De Gea, 7 shots on target,
Say
7
the kid like he's
goals.
trying to
You're in
wing
goal.
this one into
Let's
the
go! Get out!